Hi, good afternoon, all. This is Amrita from Locus. A warm welcome to everyone, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us for this Locus webinar in partnership with Google Cloud. Gain new insights on planning your VM migration with top strategies and recommendations for success. At our Tech Talk, you'll learn why VM migration offers a fast entry to the cloud, how to overcome common VM migration challenges, and which cloud architectures are right for your business. Moving on to our agenda for today's webinar, we have the welcome note. From 3:15 to 4, the session is on VM migration. 4 to 4:15, Q&A. 4:20 to 4:30, we'll have word of thanks followed by survey. I hope everyone is keeping safe and positive during these challenging times. Without much ado, let me just go over some of the webinar hygiene protocols. Let's keep ourselves on mute at all times for better audio clarity. You may please ping any questions you have on the chat box and we will take them up. To avoid the flow of the presenter, we will stick to taking all questions at the end of the presentation. With that, let me introduce Mr. Uttam Majumdar, founder and president, Consulting and Services Locus. He brings decades of experience to the company and has a proven record of taking customer centric technology companies to the next level. From being a true pioneer and visionary of the company to creating an environment and culture that focuses on fulfilling the company's mission, vision, and values. Over to you, Uttam.
Yeah, thank you, Amrita. Good afternoon, everyone, for joining in. I hope this turns out interesting enough for everyone. Um, we have Ashish from Google. He's really going to give you good insights into why you should do through this agenda, what we're covering. I'll bring up my slides. Give me a moment, please. Amrita, if you can tell me when you can see my presentation.
Sure. Yes, Uttam, we can see.
All right. Yeah. Thank you again. So I'm going to walk you through who we are when it comes to cloud business, what's been our background, and so on. We've branded ourselves as an industry for cloud. So we've everything that we've done is like industrialization in our business, and which is why we've branded this as cloud industrialization. A little background about who we are. We've started our business back in 2000, so 20 years into doing big systems, very, very large ones. In fact, some of the largest systems in this country have been built by Locuz. I'm going to talk a little about it in my next couple of slides. But as far as the background is concerned, yes, 2020 years in the business. Today, core offerings is what you've seen listed on the left side with that ring there. Been into infrastructure for all of these years. Obviously, with large systems that I talked about building, we got into taking that legacy into doing a lot of business-like computing, which I'll again cover. Our partners, I've covered that on that slide there. Some of our customers, again, large ones. We take a lot of pride in these being not just our customers, but these are companies that we work through major transformations and very proud to be associated with these businesses. About our partnership with Google, yeah, we've been partnered with Google for some time now. Key offerings again around that ring that you see there: migration, storage, HPC, SAP, data analytics, security, managed services. I was talking about one of our key capabilities in building large systems. That's HPC. We've been the largest provider of high performance computing systems in this country. Over 300 clusters, actually much over 300 clusters has been deployed by us. We manage those clusters across different industries. Clusters, when I say they are supercomputing class systems, to give you some examples, Systems that are used for tsunami warning was built by us. System that run on the backdrop of Chandrayaan, the moon mission, which was repurposed for Mars mission, Mangalyaan, also was built by us. Similarly, some of those projects of real national importance have been built by us, and these are large systems that I was referring to. This led us to take that legacy into business computing, because what we see in cloud today is frankly something that came out of research computing, that came out of high performance systems, that got rechristened to being cloud today. And we come with that whole background, whole legacy. So all these 20 years we've been building these large systems. In fact, one of the largest computers, computer class systems in this country is built by us. Not much is talked about it simply because of its secretive nature, but it is built by us. That also has led to that legacy also has led us to doing a lot of innovation. So digital acceleration for businesses through digital innovation that we've been focused on, we've been investing continuously on. We've invested with partners like Google, we've invested in partners like NetApp in joint engineering, not just being somebody who's co-selling with them or co-serving our customers, but it's also about being able to do joint engineering, which is what you see in some of those blocks there. HPC in a box. We've partnered with not just these people, but also application providers like Ansys. If you were to build a large computational fluid dynamics capability in your business, either on cloud or on-prem or on something which you're bursting out to cloud, we've got something really, really ready. Customers are beginning to take advantage of what we bring there. Likewise with NetApp and our own branded products like Conco. They're key differentiators in how we approach customer journey in cloud. A lot more can be dealt with some of these offerings in one-on-one conversations, and I welcome if you would like to get into a discussion on any of these offerings. And they're very unique ones. There are very few in the industry that can bring you such solution accelerators. There are very few who can actually claim to have done how much we've done with some industries when it comes to large systems. Why I keep referring to large systems is simply because, like I said, they all got rechristened to being cloud, and which is the reason why I think we bring a lot of cloud engineering background. Covering that a little further. So today, as far as our cloud lifecycle services are concerned, we're helping customers run through that entire journey. Some of our customers are in the very initial stages of wanting to go cloud first or cloud all. They started discussion with us. There are customers who are saying, okay, migrate us. There are customers who are very mature and they want us to see how we can help further modernization in their environments, whether it is being able to do things which is really, really modern from an infrastructure standpoint. Two, also seeing if their applications can be reworked and in manner which make them completely cloud native. So that's what we bring to the table from our lifecycle services. Leading up to managed services, we've got our tools. We've engineered some of them to ensure that there is efficiencies in how you're consuming cloud, there are efficiencies in how you're being able to scale your usage on cloud, and then being sure that you're spending how much you are supposed to spend and not see overhyped or overrun bills end of every month. Our customer journeys, the reason why I brought this up is to tell you and bring this to the table that we have a very prescriptive way of doing everything that we do on cloud. We follow exactly how Google wants us to do it, whether it is assessments, and Ashish is going to talk a little about that, or to planning, to ensuring that what you run, making security the cornerstone, everything that we do there, DevOps, bringing platforms for automation, migrating that and do everything cross migrations, whether it is lift and shift, lift and optimize, being able to do something which is about rewriting applications for you to make it completely cloud native and running ops for businesses. We use a bunch of tools. That's what got listed here. Plus, besides, we also have our own engineered product, Cloud that you see there. Conco, that was on one of my previous slides. All of these got engineered. Some of that got engineered with customers. Some of that got engineered with partners like NetApp, like Google Cloud. And this engineering really took place because we thought there was a problem we could jointly solve. Thanks to some of our customers who came into solving these problems jointly with us. We've done some co-creation with businesses, and that has led us to making it a piece of everything that we do in the prescriptive methods to do cloud journeys for customers. And that's what we wanted to bring up on this slide. Going further, now it's run like Cloud Factory. very serious about, I talked about prescriptiveness, very serious about how we do assessments, very serious about running that complete factory and cloud COEs for customers. Every engagement with our customer has been really about COEs. It's been about this factory that you see on my slide, whether it is being able to bring the best practice in DevSecOps, automated pipelines, doing designs that are most suitable for your business and workloads, looking at how you run it today and taking this whole application up on cloud and ensuring that you get the similar advantages or even something that is way better than how you wanted to run it on-prem. So some of your dreams coming to realize when you see put this through a factory to through this pipeline and get ops running very, very successfully. For us, it's very important that we do. Cloud is not just about cloud, it is about digital innovation for your businesses, being able to do digital acceleration with you, and therefore taking advantage of all of those tiny things that makes infrastructure completely run like code. What you see on the right strip is capability that we bring, an extensive capability that we bring by taking advantage of all of these tools, processes, methods, and the capabilities that come as cloud native, come as something that is already running your environments, bridging the and things that you run in your environment, cloud native capabilities, cloud native services, bring some of our old engineering together and give you infrastructure as code. You go on Google Cloud and you're rest assured everything that runs on Google Cloud is completely infrastructure like code. You've got automation stitched in, you've got pipelines that are going to be very, very effective for you to take digital insights at a time that you think is most appropriate for you to mature your businesses using data. I talked about cloud security. For us, we believe security is the tallest pole in the tent, and we would ensure everything that we do with our customers comes with whole understanding, depth in knowledge, depth in how you do your journeys on cloud with security as the cornerstone. We've done this for every customer that we've engaged in. We've got many, many engagements, about 100 of those engagements with just cloud journeys for customers, and everything has been with security and as the cornerstone. No engagement we would ourselves approve to be running smoothly if there is not enough security culture that us and our customers are detailing in our discussions and engagements. Some of our customers, yeah, some of those very big brands, some of them are very mature today. These are businesses who've leveraged our capabilities. These are businesses who've leveraged some of the engineering that we've done. They're also businesses who come into doing joint engineering, co-creation along with us. Examples like Aditya Birla, for everything that they do on cloud, from a governance standpoint, they completely depend on us. There are businesses who are cloud first. Examples like Y-Axis, examples like Pay Nearby, they're all cloud native, and you know how digital savvy some of these businesses are today, and their cloud nativeness has been completely on the backdrop of how we've engineered things for them, how we've initiated those journeys for them, and where they are today in their journey. Is all because of, and we don't want to keep all the credit, because I would like to acknowledge some of these businesses who've shown a lot of capability, extensiveness, and their willingness to do joint engineering, joint ways to do the journey together. I thought I will touch upon two case studies. Meritor, one of the largest axle manufacturers in the world. It's a Fortune 500 company based in Troy, Michigan. One of the largest examples where we've got 10 people migrating 73 applications. Actually, 800 instances got migrated to the cloud. And this was a great example. This business actually started seeing 63% improvement in performance, 34% improvement in cost reduction. I mean, 34% cost reduction in how they managed to do everything on cloud. A classic example. Happy to talk to you about what it meant in doing this journey with this customer. There was elements of co-creation. There were elements of doing things very, very differently for them, simply because there was extreme demand on customer facing applications. Those applications need to be always available. The journey of while doing cutoff was very important to be available for businesses, and all of that got covered in this case study. And happy to talk to anyone who wants to see what we did for this business. And if you're an automobile company or somebody who's attached to the business there, the industry there, you will be able to leverage our strengths really, really well, simply because of the experience we bring from this one example. Likewise, Teeblees, you would know this company, one of the largest provider of human resources in the country. They decided to go all cloud from being all on-prem. And they said, look, you guys, I mean, Locus comes in and do an assessment, tell us, are we ready? How prepared are we to go all cloud? Should we take the cloud first pieces and then become all cloud? We together that made very significant decisions for their business. Today, with a team size of 12, after about 2 years being together, they're successfully running everything on cloud. A great use case, again, great case study. We could go into details with you to see if you have something which is similar and resonating with your own businesses. We can put that together for you and see if that makes sense and working together in the future. That is all I had to cover today. Thank you for your attention. Happy to take, I don't know if it's question session now, Amrita, or we can take it towards the end of the program, but happy to take any questions, or if you want to ping us on the chat window, please ping us and we can have brief chat sessions there. And thank you so much for joining. Hope this continues to be useful to you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Uttam, for the great presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write in the chat box and we'll take them up. And with that, let me introduce Mr. Ashish Nabira. He comes with 20 years of rich experience in the IT industry. Over this time, he has worked with companies like Sun Microsystems, Red Hat, Oracle as solution architect, and has managed several large customers like Indian Overseas Bank, Canara Bank, Syndicate Bank, Infosys, Wipro, Infosys CTS, Tata Sky, ISRO. Ashish is an open source enthusiast and has good knowledge of GCP, OpenStack, CentOS, Ansible, Jenkins, Kubernetes, Postfix, Nagios, just to name a few. Wow. Over to you, Ashish.
Thank you, Amrita. Thanks for the introduction. My name is Ashish Nabira, and I work as a partner engineer with Google. I'll start presenting. Just let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Thank you very much. So today, in next 30 minutes, I'll cover Google's strategy for VM migration. You can take advantage of all the innovations that are happening in cloud, and you can build for tomorrow's infrastructure. See, competition is very fierce, so everybody wants to take advantage of this ecosystem which is developing called cloud. You can provision whatever you want in minutes. That's the biggest advantage as I see in last 20 years. Otherwise, when I started my career as a Unix administrator, it was all data centers. We used to manage big boxes. If you order one box, it used to take almost 2 to 3 months to ship from US or Singapore, and then it comes to India. You install it, you put your software on it, and then it will then developers will start using it. So it was very slow. Now today we have virtualization everywhere. Most of the data centers are virtualized, and whatever you want, it's still taking some time to get provisioned. I mean, practically, even if you want to provision one VM, it takes a week. If you want to provision databases like Oracle, MS SQL, which are very highly priced and licensed software, they takes almost a month. And it's not a competitive advantage at all to run your own data center, because today we are in a cloud era. Things are available within minutes. If I want to provision something like 1 petabyte of data warehouse, I can do it within 15 minutes on Google Cloud, right? So running your own data center, it's not a differentiator at all. It's a big burden, and top dollars are spent on maintaining these data centers just to keep the lights on. Out of $100 you spend on data center, $70 go just to keep the lights on. That's the research has been done by a lot of big research companies, right? So IT operations is a big cost, and legacy systems, again, it is even more expensive. If you're running mainframes, if you're running those big M series boxes or P series boxes from IBM and Sun, it's very expensive to maintain, right? And it's very inflexible also. You want to provision something small, it takes weeks. So that's why we are moving to cloud. In fact, whenever I meet customer, it's not the question of why we should go to cloud. The question is always how we can go to cloud. And that's what we are trying to answer today. This is just a small research for CIOs. These are the main reasons to go to cloud. And business agility and reliability of cloud are the major two reasons. You see cost is coming on the third number, right? More than cost, they want agile business system and they want reliability. Like downtime should not cost your business much. Downtime is still very big reason for the cost of data center, right? Security comes fourth. So as soon as you move to Google Cloud, you are compliant with HIPAA, you are compliant with PCI, you are compliant with SOX, you are compliant with FedRAMP, GDPR. There are 45 compliance certificates Google Cloud, each and every Google Cloud have, in whichever region you go. These are some of the reasons for customers to migrate to cloud. So I just now gave you one of the reasons is compliance and security. Frankly speaking, every 3 months or 6 months, they have to bring one auditor who will do all the audit, whether they are ISO compliant or not, whether they are putting their backup outside of their data center or off-site, so that if something bad happens, the whole data should not be wiped out. This is one of the major reasons I'm seeing compliance and security. So as soon as you move your data center to cloud, you are compliant with what PCI, HIPAA, SOX, FedRAMP, all those things. There are certain things like licensing and support. Let me bring this to your notice. I mean, there are licensing cost from Microsoft or Oracle. They are almost 55% of whatever data center you're running. Right. So a lot of people want to take advantage of whatever is available on cloud. Today, even those databases are available on rent. Right. You have to use it for 1 month, 2 months, 5 months. If your project is taking off, then use it for ever. If your project is doing well. Otherwise, you can rent it for 3 months and that's it. Otherwise, you have to buy this licenses for the softwares for 3 years, 7 years, unlimited numbers, ULAs, you know how it works. So a lot of people are looking to move from this license ecosystem to open source databases like Postgres, MySQL, then some other databases like MongoDB, which is very flexible, and it is 1/5 to 1/10 of the cost of this proprietary databases. So these are the two main business reasons for migrating to cloud. Other reasons are just click and your infrastructure is ready within 15 minutes, which was magic for me some 5 years back when I started utilizing cloud. And it was amazing. I mean, whatever you want to test within 15 minutes, test it. If it is working, take it forward. Otherwise, switch off that assets and you are done. That's not the case with physical infrastructure, right? So a lot of people are in colo data centers. Those contracts are coming to end. So they can happily migrate to take advantage of hyperscalers or the bigger cloud providers. We have near about 200 products to sell on cloud, whatever you want, right from networking products, firewalls, load balancers, storage, from different vendors also. Even NetApp we have available as a storage on Google Cloud today, right? And then SAP is certified to run on Google Cloud. VMware is there. Microsoft technologies are all certified to run on our cloud, right? So if you want to move to hyperscalers, this is the right time when your contracts are getting over. So there are a lot of things to take advantage on cloud. If you're running a data warehouse, which is a 15-year-old technology on-prem, it is, most of the time you spend is on maintaining that data warehouse. Only 15% of the time you're utilizing it to get some insights to the data which is there. And they are not built for real-time insights, right? In today's e-commerce system, within 10 seconds, if you don't give a proper offer to your visitor, he will go to another e-commerce website. So for real-time insights, you need data warehouses which are running on cloud and which are able to take the real-time analytics, right? So you should not lose that competitive advantage. So cloud can give you that edge over your competition. If you are not doing it, that's fine, but your competition is taking advantage of cloud. This is a big opportunity. We'll see in some of the slides. Near about 68% of enterprise businesses are looking to cloud first strategy. So customer is ready. Only we, like Google and partners like Locuz, need to make it easy for those customers to migrate to cloud, right? Though we are keep talking about cloud and it's more than 10 years old thing, but still only 10 to 15% workloads have moved to cloud. Still there are 75% workloads which are ready to move to cloud. The opportunity is huge. We just have to address it properly. So 75% on-prem workload will move to cloud in next 5 years. That's what Gartner and IDC are predicting. This is just to let you know your on-prem systems are 90% underutilized. In fact, the average utilization I have seen in last 20 years of my career, just 5 to 7%. If you see average utilization throughout the year, your IT systems are just utilized 5 to 7%, right? Not even 10%, 5 to 7%. So that's why we need to move to cloud, and what you can do to take care of your peak load, because most of the systems designed earlier, they were designed to take care of peak load, which is once in a week or once in a month it comes, and you have to design for that, and rest all month it is lying on 5 to 7% utilization. So on cloud, you have auto scaling capability. Whenever you want, it will burst and give you double, triple, or even 10 times the capacity you are running today within few minutes, right? You need not to architect it for peak loads. You can architect it for average load. And when the peak load is coming, you can just ask the cloud to burst or auto scale. It will take care of itself. In fact, you can automate it. You need not to even worry about it. As the load is increasing, it will, our AI/ML technology will realize it, and within 30 to 50 seconds, it will scale your machines to handle extra load. So the answer is, I mean, Google is the perfect partner if you want to take that cloud journey. And Locuz is our important partner, which is in business from last more than 20 years. In fact, I started working with Locuz from 12 years back. I was working on some HPC projects with them. So they are a good partner. They have near about more than 100 customers on cloud today they are supporting. Right. So this slide shows you the approach what Google takes to move their customers to cloud with easy and safe journey. I'll say there are only 4 steps. First, we do the assessment of your IT landscape, and we are doing it with the help of tools. It's all automated things. There is no manual work at all. So first phase is assess your IT landscape. Second one is plan how you want to move, what you want to move, what should be the order, because you know your applications well. So we can gradually move application 1, 2, 3 in wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, depending on the business criticality, right? Then we do actual migration after the planning with you. We do the actual migration in third step called migrate, and we use again automated tool which will migrate your VMs to Google Cloud. There is no manual effort at all. We have already done assessment in the first phase. In second phase, we do planning with you. Third phase, we do the migration with the help of partners like Locuz, right? And fourth stage, you can optimize your workloads once you move to cloud. So there are slides coming which will explain all these processes to you. This is all automated. It takes near about 2 weeks to do the assessment and planning. After that, we start your migration. I'll show you some examples how quickly you can migrate all your assets to Google Cloud with the help of this automated process. So Google have enough of experience to migrate things on cloud. Now we are the company which were born in cloud from 1996. We are providing all our services from cloud technologies like Google Search, Gmail with 2.5 billion users today. It's all running on Google Cloud, and we started offering all these technologies in the form of Google Cloud for our enterprise customers. So we have enough of experience for migrating to cloud, and we can empower customers with technologies which are mission critical for them for making decisions. Like some manufacturing industries there, they can make decisions by getting insights to their data that how much margins they will make for this year. They can predict. In fact, I have seen a lot of companies who are running data warehouses to study their competition, that how much margins they are making on which products. It's especially there in pharma industry, I have seen, right? So that kind of advantage they are taking. They will know what products are getting how much margins and for which customers, right? They say, you keep your friends close and keep your enemy closer. That's what they are doing with this strategy, right? And we can, once you move to cloud, there are long-lasting business impacts when you go to cloud. As compared to on-prem, anytime you are saving 30% of the money, or TCO, I can say, when you move to cloud. When over that, all the new technologies are available to you. This is easy. So as a customer, what we can do for you is we will do free discovery and assessment of all your environment, and we will present you C-level ready ROI or TCO reports. It's a 2 weeks work for us. It's all free. You just have to invest 10 hours. Our partner Locuz will invest their time and do this assessment and prepare reports and give it to you. After the reports are in your hand, that as compared to on-prem, how much money you will spend on Google Cloud, you can move ahead with migration plan. So migration services are given by Locuz with the help of Google Cloud. We are also doing some investment by providing free assessment and discovery with the softwares. All those licensed software are provided free of cost for the customers assessment who are moving to Google Cloud, right? So these are some strategies to move your application to cloud. And I'll say the least risky strategy is lift and shift. No need to worry about anything. Whatever you are running on-prem, simply we will lift and shift with the help of our automated tools. And you can migrate it within 20 to 70 days from on-prem to cloud. We will not change anything. Whatever VMs, whatever OS you are running, whatever storage you have, whatever networking scheme you have, everything will remain same. We will just lift that whole application from on-prem and shift it to cloud. And shift it where? I mean, we will shift it to Google Compute Engine, or we will shift it to Google App Engine. Google VMware Engine is also there as a service. On June 17th, it is getting launched in India. Worldwide, it is available from so many years now. So if you have VMware environment, you don't want to re-architect it, simply pick up all those VMware technologies, including ESX, vCenter, vSAN, NSX, everything will be picked up as it is. Not a single change in even IP address. Straight away, we will lift and shift to Google Cloud. The next strategy is lift and optimize, where after the migration to cloud, you can optimize it saying, okay, why I should run MS SQL on a VM. I will use fully managed cloud SQL, which is available for Microsoft SQL Server or MySQL or PostgreSQL. So that is lift and optimize. Once you migrate, everything is running good on cloud. Then you can think of reducing your IT operations cost by migrating it to fully managed service like Cloud SQL, like App Engine, right? And the third strategy is you can modernize your application like test dev or whatever new applications you are developing, which are not very critical at this stage. You can move them to containerized application, and then you can migrate it to Google Cloud Kubernetes engine. That's the third strategy. I mean, it depends on you. We discuss with customer what is comfortable with them, and then we go ahead with all this migrations. After you move to Google Cloud, there are still a lot of things we do, like we do right sizing, pre-migration right sizing. We do suppose some load is not much there, less than 10%. So why to spend 8 cores on it? We will spend 4 cores on it. So like that right sizing is done to you. Correct. And we give sustained use discount. You need not to talk to any salesperson for that. If you are using more than 50% of the time your VMs, sustained use discount automatically added to your cloud bill. Then we have preemptible VMs. This is useful when the workload you want to run is in a cluster, say 10, 20 machines, and every machines have a lifespan of 1 day. In 1 day, they will switch off and go back to Google. So in those kind of cluster, preemptible VMs are very good. I mean, they are 80% less costly. I hope this is all making sense. I'll spend some 1 minute on this slide. This slide shows why you should go with Google Cloud. So we have best-in-class security, which comes from our network. Near about 1 lakh kilometer of subsea fiber optic cable Google is owning today, which is in Europe, US, and APAC. It is connecting. 40% of internet traffic goes through Google network. And that's why most of the time you are staying inside Google network, which is safe. Second thing is we are the only cloud vendor which have technologies like Anthos. With the help of Anthos, you can deploy your application on Google Cloud, on Oracle Cloud, on Amazon Cloud, or Azure Cloud, any cloud. So right now, no other cloud vendor is having this strategy at all. Right? We are giving it with the help of technology called Anthos. Again, it's an open source technology, right? And most of our offerings are serverless. So what do you mean by serverless? You need not to worry about infrastructure like CPU, RAM, scaling, network, nothing. It's all automatically taken care. It's all containerized. Whenever more resources are required, few more containers are spin off and it will take care of your load. You need not to worry about anything about infrastructure. You just have to worry about running your code. Scalability is taken care automatically. That's what serverless is all about. So most of our product like data warehousing, BigQuery, Looker, all are serverless technology. In fact, in our search is also serverless. Once you put something to search there, well, one container comes up, fulfill your request and get switched off, right? So whatever innovations we are doing, Google is a big promoter of open source software. I'll name a few. Kubernetes is a very important software for orchestration of container workloads. Right, there are near about 4,000 projects running on Kubernetes today in open source. We are the biggest contributor there. And one more project to mention you especially is TensorFlow, which is the #1 project for machine learning and AI today. That is again Google has given, and you can run those projects on Google Cloud or in-house. These are some case studies. LUSH, which is a fresh handmade cosmetic company from United Kingdom. They used to have their office in Bangalore also. So they wanted to move their e-commerce website. We did it with our automated tools approach. And within 22 days, the whole e-commerce website was moved to Google Cloud. They were very happy with this migration. Otherwise, migration costs are going out of hand, frankly speaking. You need automated tools like Stratozone or Migrate so that all this process can be done very easily and risk-free, right? It will show you the plans, what technology is mapped to where in cloud, and then only it will do the migration. Another example is Evernote. This is a 200 million customer company where customers save all their notes, and there are billions of notes here. And they were having near about 3.5 petabytes of notes, which we migrated within 70 days to GCP, 100%. Everything is migrated to cloud with the help of this automated tools, what I have mentioned to you. Third case study is Loblaw Digital. They're again a Canadian company. So what improvement they have seen after moving to cloud is a 4x performance increase as compared to on-prem. Because all the latest technologies, SSDs, faster networks with even 2 millisecond round trip travel is available within region, I mean to say. And lot of IT operations bandwidth is also free now, 50% less calls to IT operations. This is just a pure lift and shift case study. I'm just telling you. These are some of our customers from America, EMEA, and JPAC. You can see big names like Target, eBay, Twitter. Twitter is running near about 250 petabytes of data warehousing on Google Cloud today. HSBC, again, a lot of good banking customers, healthcare, manufacturing. A lot of manufacturing. SAP customers moved in India to Google Cloud. Then there is one interesting customer from Indonesia called Gojek. It's again Ola kind of service in Indonesia, but now they are coming up with a banking license because they have a lot of information about customer with the help of the Ola kind of service they did, and now they are coming up with a bank in Indonesia. and all with the help of data warehousing technology. They know everything about their customers who are taking Gojek services, right? So that's the summary. You as a customer can start free assessment today with the help of partner like Locuz. We can give you the smart plan to move to cloud, how much money you are going to save in the process. That money you can reinvest in some latest technologies like data warehousing, analytics, AI/ML, and we can show you some real business outcomes. That's all from my side. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Ashish, for the great presentation.
A BIOS level check that happens on the firmware level or as well as on the system check if there is any kind of malicious change. Also, there is an
We will go ahead and take some time for question now.
protection, which is
And
basically
just a
there
reminder,
is a
please
physical
be sure to
system
type your questions
already
into the chat
that
box in your control panel.
can be detected. Obviously, there is a two-factor authentication for the admin to go ahead and log into any kind of drift changes that have happened to free.
So, Ashish, we have our first question here. So, it is how can we understand right size machine considered during migration in GCP cloud? Ashish, you are on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you. Thanks for the question. So you want to understand how we right size the machines, right?
right.
Yeah, so what we do is we collect data with the help of Stratozone probes, in which it also shows that within 2 weeks how much utilization has been done. If it is not much utilized, then with the help of our AI/ML technology, we suggest you what is the right size for that machine. Even before you move to cloud and even after you move to Google Cloud, there is a faster network and faster SSDs available. There also, if it is not utilized much within a month, we give you right size recommendation to reduce the cores, to reduce the RAM. That's how it is done. So we study your workload.
Thank you for that, Ashish. You will receive a survey on the presentation, and we would really appreciate if you would provide your valuable feedback.
Yeah, Mr. Vaibhav Batra said, hi Ashish. If you have any question, go ahead, Vaibhav. Okay, he wants to know more about Anthos. So I'll tell you a little bit about Anthos. It's a technology where you can run Kubernetes cluster on any cloud and it will manage it for you. How it will manage? On Google Cloud, you provision Anthos cluster, and then you can, wherever your Kubernetes clusters are running, you just have to give the configuration file to it, whether it is on-prem, whether it is on Amazon Cloud, Azure Cloud, wherever you are running your Kubernetes cluster, it can manage and it can deploy your application with the same configuration, same security settings, same everything on any Kubernetes cluster. That's how Anthos work. It's an open source project. You can have more information about it. There are some very good YouTube videos also available on Anthos. So if you have containerized application, you can run it on any cloud with the help of Anthos. That's the multi-cloud strategy of Google. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish, for that. We have another question here, and that would be how can I do migration? How can I migrate multiple VM at a time?
Yeah, so you can do that with the help of a tool called Velostrata. It will do migration for you. It will take the snapshot and move the technology with background replication to Google Cloud. It will bring it up there. And in one wave, you can give it a, what do you call, you can group the VMs in wave one, and those whole VMs will be migrated to Google Cloud in one go. That's how it works.
Thanks, Ashish. We have another question from Saurav.
Mhm.
So we have his question is how do customers start risk-free with Google without diving production workloads first and prove the viability of cloud use cases for their organization? What's your advice on that?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, as a user also, you can go ahead and register with your personal mail ID. We are giving you $300 free account where you can try any Google technology risk free. That's what you asked. And as a customer also, we will advise you to move less critical workloads first and show some success to your management. Like you can move dev test environment, you can move your DR. DR is again risk free. You can migrate the whole DR to Google and show it that it's working fine. In fact, we have zero footprint DR technologies like Actifio, which you can try today, and very less charge to you for that zero footprint DR. Only storage cost will come and little bit of Actifio cost. And I told you about $300 account. Go and give a try to Google Technologies risk-free.
Thank
I
you,
hope that
Ashish.
answers your question, Saurabh. Yeah. Any other questions?
Great. Yes, Ashish, we have more questions pouring in. So, what will be the price for the migration in GCP?
See, the tool price is not there. We are giving it free of cost to our partners like Locuz. They will charge a little bit for the migration or whatever time is required, because for their services, they are supposed to charge. Technology is free. GCP credits, you will receive $300. I mean, beyond that, if you talk to salespeople, they will give you far better offers, I can say. And that's how we will help you. So there is no cost for assessment, which is done with the help of licensed tool called Stratozone. We are absorbing that cost for you.
Thank you, Ashish. And we have another question. Like, if during migration there's any issue, will it affect on my on-premise instance?
No, it will not. It will not.
Okay. Thank.
Because we are doing migration and moving it to Google Cloud. There we will bring up everything, you test it, and then decide to switch off your workload on-prem. So that is all done carefully with the help of automated tools, which are tried and tested from years.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashish. So, we request for one more last question if there are any, or if you have any further questions, you can definitely reach out to us. We'll share our email ID with you. And please do not forget to fill the survey form. And it looks like we have covered most of our questions today. So, Ashish, is there anything else you wanted to cover before a wrap up?
No, thank you for your time, and do try out some technologies on cloud. I mean, in fact, everything is available. The network, storage, operating systems, data warehouse, firewalls, whatever you want to learn, you can learn it on cloud. In our days, everything used to be separate team, OS separate team, networking separate team, storage separate team, backup separate team. Now everything is together. If you are a cloud admin, I mean, it can take care of all the technologies. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you. Great. So, with this, we come to the end of this webinar. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And thank you, everyone. We really appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Thank you.